In 1953, deep in the skies over Czechoslovakia, a deadly cat-and-mouse game played out. A forgotten Cold War clash that nearly sparked something much bigger. The date, March 10th. The place, near the village of Merklín, in western Czechoslovakia. Two U.S. F-84 Thunderjets flying from Germany drift into restricted airspace. Whether accidental or not is still debated. The U.S. jets are quickly intercepted by two Czechoslovak MiG-15s, built by the Soviets and fully armed with a cannon. The lead pilot, Lieutenant Jaroslav Šramek, was experienced, fast, and ready. What followed was one of the very few direct air engagements between NATO and a Soviet bloc country during the Cold War. Šramek locked on, and in a burst of cannon fire struck one Thunderjet, forcing it to crash land in Germany. The other escaped. The U.S. claimed it was a navigation error. Czechoslovakia called it a provocation. But here's the kicker. This could have escalated. One wrong move and we're talking all-out war. But Šramek didn't just win the day, he became a Cold War legend. His name barely known outside of Eastern Europe. And the incident, buried under decades of silence. Imagine for a moment if this had gone differently, if the pilots hadn't held their fire, or if the shot that brought down the American jet had been fired a split second later. The potential for disaster was real. Instead, we got a 3-minute air battle that could have changed history. The skies over Merklín, a small village in western Czechoslovakia, had become a high-stakes poker table, and as the planes flew back to their bases, the world held its breath. Cold War history is filled with close calls like this one, and I'm just scratching the surface. There's so much more to uncover. So hit that subscribe button and join me on this journey through the hidden stories of the Cold War. You won't get it anywhere else. This was a battle of firsts. The first time a Soviet fighter downed a U.S. jet. The first time the U.S. lost an aircraft in Europe to enemy fire since World War II. The first time these two nations squared off in the air. It was a clash of ideologies, of superpowers, of democracy and communism. And as the dust settled over Merklín, the world watched to see how this would be resolved. But it wasn't just about politics or power. It was also about the human element, the bravery and skill of the pilots who took to the skies that day. Like Šramek, a man who in a moment of intense pressure and focus took down an enemy jet. He was a hero to his nation, a legend in his own right. But outside of Czechoslovakia, his name was virtually unknown. And so, I ask you, what do you find most fascinating about this story? Is it the near miss of a global conflict? The bravery of the pilots involved? The little-known aspects of the Cold War? Share your thoughts below. History isn't just written in big battles and famous names. Sometimes it hangs on the wings of a single plane, a forgotten duel in the skies above Merklín. That's why I'm committed to bringing you these untold stories. If you appreciate my work, show your support. Your support means the world to me. Together, we can keep these important stories alive. Thank you.